Hey friends, Kenji, Numot Ixalan back again for another edition of Drafting with Numot. We finally have Ixalan available to us, and that is what we are going to draft. Let's take a look at what we have here. Our rare being Hostage Taker. That card is quite good. 4 mana, 2/3 human pirate. This just does everything. Enters the battlefield, exile another target creature or artifact until it leaves the battlefield, and you may cast that card and spend any mana to cast it. So huge value, extreme. I mean, I don't even want to call it a 2-for-1 because it's more than that. You get a creature, you eat one of theirs, and then you can cast that creature. So huge upside. I think I'm going to take this here. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but I know it's just quite a powerful card. Other choices in this pack are going to be the Tishana's Wayfinder, 3 mana Explore, 3 mana 2/2 Explore, and the Territorial Hammer Skull, white and 2 for a 2/3 whenever it attacks, tap target creature an opponent controls. These are all both great commons, but Hostage Taker has got to be the pick here, so we'll lead with that. Okay, next pack here. Best card is probably Savage Stomp, just a better version of Hunt the Weak / if you have a dinosaur, it only costs 1 mana, so very, very powerful card. Other fine cards in this pack: Deeproot Warrior, Skymarch Bloodletter, Stormfleet Pyromancer. I'll do some good work as well. After taking the Hostage Taker, I could see taking the Bloodletter, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Savage Stomp here. I don't see a reason to not just take the best card in a pack. Plus, if we go like base green or something, we can get some decent fixing. Also, you know, I'm not married to Hostage Taker by any means. We can always get some other cards that don't line up with blue-black, so we'll take the Stomp, see what we get past. Okay, this pack has some good ones, but Contract Killing is probably going to be the choice here. Just a decent removal spell. It is a little bit slow, but it does some good work, and it gives you 2 treasures after the fact. Other fine cards here: Stormfleet Aerialist, 2 mana 1/2 flyer that gets a +1/+1 counter if you have Raid enabled. Direfleet Hoarder is another fine 2-drop. Fathomfleet Firebrand, another really solid 2-drop that just scales up as the game goes on. I really like taking early plays in this format, but after taking Hostage Taker first, I'm going to take the Contract Killing here. And we get past what? Really not another solid pack. Adanto Vanguard is just a very good 2-drop. I think people underrate this at first, but 2 mana for a 1/1 vampire. As long as it's attacking, it gets +2/+0, and then you can pay 4 life to give it indestructible. So, quite good there. Lightning Rig Crew, good old Goblin Pirate Pinger. Water Trap Weaver, which is probably going to be my choice here. Just a good Frostlinks type effect, except this time the Frostlink is a Merfolk. Okay, best card here looks to be Unfriendly Fire. I could take the Skittering Heartstopper if I want to solidify myself more in black than anything else. And you know what? I could still be red, honestly. Red-black vampires is a thing, and if I get enough clue production, then... Or sorry, not clue. Treasure production, then I can easily splash some other cards anyway. So I'll take the Unfriendly Fire here and see where this leads. Alright, not a great pack here. Desperate Castaways is fine if you can get like the Pirate's Cutlass and whatnot. Otherwise, Depths of Desire is a fine combat trick, or not combat trick, I guess, fine bounce tempo play. Also gives you one of those treasures. I think I'll just take the Desperate Castaways. A little bit all over the place, but honestly, in this format, I've found that first few picks, I'm all over the place. So I'm not too upset with how this starts. Plus, all the cards I've taken so far are very good, so... We'll see. We'll see where we go. 7th pick here, and we have a pretty good black pirate, Ruthless Knave. 3 mana, 3/2, that you can pay 3 mana, sacrifice a creature, and get 2 treasures, so good value. There's also a Skymarch Bloodletter here, another fine filler card, but we'll definitely take the Ruthless Knave. Keep going with that pirate theme. So we'll put the Savage Stomp for the sideboard for now. We haven't really seen much green. Could still play red, as pirates are in red, blue, and black, but we'll have to see. as we get a Sailor of Means here and a Skittering Heartstopper. Both not terrible. I think generally the Skittering Heartstopper is going to be a little bit better than the Sailor of Means, but I think I want to go with the Sailor here, just not only for pirate synergies, but also because I have like Desperate Castaways, and I'm considering splashing some cards, and this produces a treasure, so I'm going to go with that. And we'll follow that up with a second one. Now I'm a little bit upset that I took the first Sailor of Means. If I had known I was going to wheel the other, I'd probably have taken the Heartstopper here, but I can't complain. This is a really nice blue-black start for sure. I'm going to want to pick up some like Runagrounds for some tempo, some more 2-drops for sure, and definitely some Pirate's Cutlass. I think Pirate's Cutlass is one of the more less valued cards that probably should be more highly rated. Undervalued, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. I don't particularly care for Raider's Wake, but I had to do some really good work against me. Opponent played back-to-back Raider's Wakes, and of course they trigger off a discard, so if you discard one card and you have 2 of them, your opponent takes 4 damage. I don't think Blight Keeper is very playable anyways, so I'll take the Raider's Wake. Leave it for the sideboard for now, but we'll see. Dive Down or Siren's Ruse, and Siren's Ruse has some good value in our deck already. We have the Weaver, which isn't a pirate, but a good ETB ability. We have 2 Sailor of Means, which gets some treasures. Hostage Taker, seems like a fine pickup. Alright, another Blight Keeper. Fire Shrine Keeper. There's a whole cycle of these keepers if you haven't already noticed, one in each color. All of them except for the green one are 1/1s for 1, whereas the green one is a 2/2 for 2. Not sure how good they actually are. I tend to lean towards not very good and leave them to the sideboard, except for the green one, which is fine as a 2-mana 2/2, but you never know. All right, second pack incoming, and we've opened an Angrath's Marauders. A good red top-end card for sure, but very, very slow. So if a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. So it's a Furnace of Wrath only for you. If you already have some sort of board presence when you cast this, yeah, it's going to usually end the game, but I'm not going to consider taking it and splashing here when we have so many other good options, those being Run Aground, Skullduggery, Kitesail Freebooter, Ruthless Knave. I think here we'll go with the Freebooter. We want to lower our curve, get some more 2-drops, and Freebooter is actually pretty good. It's a Duress. You have to realize it can't hit creatures, but information is always nice. It's a pirate, so if I get a Cutlass, I can go turn 2 Kitesail Freebooter, turn 3 Cutlass, equip an attack for 3, etc. Good pickups and good wheels would be Run Aground, Skullduggery, and Ruthless Knave. Revel in Riches. Silly card, but not one I think is very, very playable. I've tried it before. You need a ton of treasure production to really make it work, and I'm not saying we don't have that. We actually have quite a bit of treasure production already, but it's best left in the sideboard, especially when we have an air elemental in the pack. Just 5 mana 4/4 flyer. Doesn't get much better. Not going to have any pirate synergies, of course, but this is just a great limited card. Okay, not so good here for us. Keep seeing quite a few of these Tillinolly's Knights. One of the best 2-drops in the Dino deck. Here we have a River Sneak, which is not playable in our deck. Windstrider, which is another fine 5, or the Skittering Heartstopper. Again, for curve purposes, I think I'm going to take the Heartstopper here over the Windstrider, but both are okay pickups. Okay, next pick. There's another Desperate Castaways, another Windstrider, a Pirate's Prize, and a Siren's Ruse number 2. I don't think you ever want more than maybe 1 Siren's Ruse, so we're probably not going to consider taking that. I think the Castaways are pretty good in our deck as 2-mana 2/3s that can attack as soon as we get a treasure, so I'm going to go ahead and take them over the Pirate's Prize. This again lowers my curve. Conqueror's Galleon. This is not a bad one. Has a lot of abilities. So 4 mana for a 2/10 vehicle. Whenever it attacks, exile at end of combat, then return it to the battlefield transformed. And look at all those abilities. You can loot for 2, draw a card for 4, or return a card from your graveyard for 6. Just good value. I'm going to take the Galleon here. Prosperous Pirates is a fine choice. Costly Plunder is actually quite good with as much treasure as I have. And Grim Captain's Call is, well, not actually very good in our deck since we're going to be mono pirates, but happy to take the Galleon. We do have a good Pirates theme deck going on. Another reason to take the artifact here is for the Desperate Castaways to attack. We're at 10 creatures right now. 3 of them are not pirates, but that's okay. I think I like the Water Trap Weaver more than the Prosperous Pirate still. Even though Pirates is a decently sized body and multiple treasures, I think the Weaver generally is going to be better. I like my deck so far, though. Again, we're just really keeping an eye out for Pirates Cutlass, as I think it's undervalued, and the power level of it in a pirate deck like this is really quite high. Okay, next pick here. This is pick 7 of this pack. Have a good 2-drop pirate, another Sailor of Means, Skullduggery, or another Unfriendly Fire. Again, with as much treasure production as I have, I don't really mind taking another Unfriendly Fire and just considering splash both of them. But I think we can pass that here for now and just take a good 2-drop. Would like to wheel that Skullduggery. Not this one, the other one that we passed earlier, and I think there's a good chance that we do. Yeah, good stuff so far. Alright, Pirate's Prize and Windstrider. We'll go ahead and take the Windstrider at this point. Not a pirate, but 3/3 flash flying. Just solid card in Limited. Seen this reprinted in multiple forms. This one does have a relevant creature type for this particular format. Not in our deck, but in this format for sure. And nice. Pick number 9. We did wheel both the Skullduggery and the Ruthless Knave. Good pickups here. Boy, I almost wonder if the first Skullduggery is better than the second Ruthless Knave when I'm almost entirely on mono creatures anyways. I think it might be worth it, and I probably end up running, 2 of these if I get them. I'm going to take this Skullduggery here over the Ruthless Knave, even though the Knave is a better card overall. It's just that since we have so many creatures already, we're really looking for those tricks. And Skullduggery at 1 mana is just a really nice blowout potential card. When it enters an exiled another target creature, you may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana. It's so crazy good. Wow. Wheeled the Runaground too. Really enjoy this card a lot. I think the Fathom Fleet Cutthroat's actually pretty good with our, multiple Sailor of Means and other low drop creatures lets us trade, but I think the Runaground is just going to be a better pickup here. Alright, there's that second Windstrider on the wheel. Unlikely to play it. Still kind of tempted to run this Raider's Wake, but we'll see. Navigator's Ruin is a mill card with no other mill support in the format. Take the Siren's Ruse, number 2. Alright, Costly Plunder also wheeled, so could consider that. And yeah, pretty solid pack 1 and 2 for us. We'll see if we can get some more removal here in pack 3. I would love to pick up a Walk the Plank or Vanquish the Weak, another Bounce spell. A lot of good things that we can pick up. If not, always that Unfriendly Fire to consider splashing. Unfriendly Fire is pretty funny with Conqueror's Galleon / Conqueror's Foothold in a longer game. 6 mana, return a card from your graveyard to your hand. Just Unfriendly Fire every other turn or every turn if you have the mana even. Not the most likely thing to occur, but definitely something that can occur. Captain Lannery Storm, huh? Well, she is a pirate, and she's not bad in our deck. The only problem is she is a splash card, or she would be a splash card, which means I'm not going to take it here. In fact, I'm more likely to splash Ixalan's Binding than I would the Captain Lannery Storm, as this is just a really solid removal spell. But I think here instead I'm going to take the Heartless Pillage. I really like this Mind Rot effect. The fact that you get a treasure with Raid enabled is just gravy, but Mind Rots are always fine. This pack's not very good for us anyways. One with the Wind, Queen's Agent, I mean, another Desperate Castaway is just kind of filler anyways, so I'll take the Heartless Pillage. Not the most exciting first pick, of course, but one that I think I'm fine with. Here's a good one, though. Deadeye Plunders. Gonna happily take this one. 5 mana, 3/3, gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control, and conveniently treasures are artifacts. And you can pay 4 to create a treasure token, so later in the game you can just keep pooping out treasures and pumping this. Good pickup. Okay, looks like another Skullduggery or Direfleet Interloper here. We're at 14 creatures currently. I guess I can take the Direfleet Interloper. This one's pretty annoying. Explore, Menace, not too shabby. Haven't seen any Cutlasses still, though. I'm really, really aching for those. But I'm not going to take a Pirate's Prize or the second Skullduggery here. Oh, baby. Got a really excellent rare here. Pick number 4 of the last pack. Deadeye Tracker. A black for a 1/1 human pirate. You can pay a black and 1, tap it, exile 2 target cards from an opponent's graveyard. It explores. So just in a prolonged game, or any game that you've traded off a few cards, this really gets some nice value. Thinning out your deck by either drawing lands off of the Explorer or letting you pseudo scry. So I think I like the Deadeye Tracker here. Still on the lookout for a Pirate's Cutlass, though. Please, Pirate's Cutlass anywhere? No? Sleek Schooner looks like a very good vehicle, but on the face, or rather, it looks good on the face of it, but it's actually not as good as say any of the other vehicles that we've seen previously. Renegade Freighter comes to mind immediately as a 3-drop vehicle, but there just seem to be a lot of 3-power creatures in this format, and so a 4/3 often trades either for another 3-drop or sometimes even a 2-drop in this format. I think I'm almost even tempted to take the Runaground over the Schooner here, in all honesty. The only thing the Schooner has going for it is that it is an artifact for, like our Desperate Castaways and Deadeye Plunderers. I think I'm going to go with the second Runaground. I like that card too much. Okay. Again, another filler pack here. One that I'm not too happy to see. This might just be another Desperate Castaways in all honesty. 2 mana, 2/3. Perfectly fine. I don't need any more 5s, and I don't need Skittering Heartstopper. Can I just get a super late Pirate's Cutlass one time? Okay, this pack, again, not so good for us. Ruthless Knave, filler. Deadeye Tormentor, filler. Shipwreck Looter, filler. I guess I'll just take the 3-drop. Not having a Pirate's Cutlass is really going to hurt this deck. Perilous Voyage, a fine bounce spell, but we already have 2 Runagrounds, so we might not even run it. Alright, some more filler cards, and yeah, I think this deck is quite good for a pirate deck, but it's missing the 2 important, or rather the 1 important card, the Pirate's Cutlass, and it's a common, so either somebody was taking them early, or maybe not many were opened in the packs. Maybe people are coming around to the fact that Pirate's Cutlass is so good. Currently at 23 cards, so I'm going to need to make some cuts. I think the first of them can be the Heartstopper for sure. It's fine. It's probably going to be a good sideboard card, but it doesn't have enough synergy in my deck, and we want to be doing other things anyways. I think we can probably also cut, maybe even the Direfleet Hoarder might be one of the worst of our 2-drops, as the Castaways are just bigger. I don't know if this Quartermaster's worth it. It does get the Conqueror's Galleon, but we don't have the Cutlass. If we had Cutlass and Galleon, maybe this is worth it, but probably not. Because I didn't get the Cutlass or any other sustained ways to pump, I think we have to play the Skullduggery in this case, as unfortunate as that is. I can probably cut the Heartless Pillage out of the main as well and bring it in versus more control-y decks, or even decks that empty their hand quite early. I need to make one more cut here. I think it might be one of the Direfleet Interlopers. Either an Interloper or a Sailor of Means. How many ways do I have to get an artifact for these Desperate Castaways on turn 3? Just the double Sailor, right? So that could also be an issue. In fact, yeah, I think we're going to have to cut a Desperate Castaway here, as I just don't have enough artifacts to really turn it on. That's really unfortunate. Good creature curve, though. Hopefully we can get some wins out of this deck. I don't think it's particularly great, but it does have potential. Again, would really liked to have picked up at least a Pirate's Cutlass, if not 2 or 3. But we'll have to make do here. So let's add 8 of each land, and then submit it. Single limb, so hopefully we can win at least the first round, but if not, we'll have a good story to tell anyways. Stay tuned for round 1. Alrighty, here we are for round 1 of this Ixalan draft with our blue-black Pirates deck. We are on the draw, but our hand does not seem very good. I don't have any black, I don't have any 2 or 3 drops. We do have some very, very powerful cards in our hand, though, and so I almost wonder if this is worth keeping on the draw. I think we can go with a better 6, though. All right, maybe not a better 6, a little heavy, but certainly one we can keep. At least we have both of our mana colors. I think we can probably bottom a 3/3 flyer for 5, though. We're just looking for other things to do. Opponent leading on a swamp. And a Blight Keeper. All right, well, that's going to be a good target for our Skullduggery, most likely. Just hoping not to draw too many more lands from here on out. 1/1 flyer for 1, 8 mana, tap, sack. Opponent loses 4 life, and you gain 4 life. Again, I don't think this one's great. The red one is a 1/1 menace that can deal 3 damage to 2 creatures. Don't think that's very good. White one's a 1/1 first strike that lets you give your team +2/+2. Green one is a 2 mana 2/2, so again, why I called it better during the drafting portion. That lets you give a creature +5/+5 and trample once end of turn. And then the, what am I forgetting? What's the blue one? Oh, the blue one is the Trilobite, the 0/3 that lets you draw 3 cards. Not amazing cards. A little bit of flood insurance, but the nice thing is they enable raid. So the opponent's playing black-white. Usually that means they're playing vampires. Okay, we're going to take 1 damage here, fall to 19. And they're just passing the turn. Probably lead with Freebooter. It blocks the Blight Keeper. Lets us take a look at their hand. Opponent giving me some some time commitment issues over here. If I draw Sailor of Means for the turn, I maybe consider casting the Desperate Castaways, but we did not, so we'll just freeboot, take a look at the opponent's hand, and we get a Vanquish the Weak. They have a Deadeye Tormentor and a Bloodstained Paladin. Okay, so they're like pirate? Pirate? Vampires? Something's going on. The nice part is this freebooter is now going to turn off the Deadeye Tormentor for them. That is to say, they can't really attack in and trigger the raid unless they want to throw away their 1/1. Yeah, and it looks like they're just going to hold off for now, which makes sense. I think that's fine. We're also happy to sit back here for now. Let the opponent play out their Paladin of the Bloodstained for the turn. We have so many lands in our hand right now anyways that the discard of 1 is not going to be very relevant. And I'm pretty sure it's not worth using the Skullduggery to just kill their Blight Keeper and get in for 1 extra damage. We'd rather save it for a combat trick. Okay. There's the Paladin. And that Paladin creates a 1/1 lifelink when it enters the battlefield. Ruthless Knave, the draw for our turn. Something to do at the very least. I still don't see a reason to attack in with the freebooter and give him a decent option. We're going to have a pretty good skullduggery here, though, as I get to block the paladin with a 2/3, which is just a trade on the face of it. But now I get to give my pirate +1/+1 and their Blightkeeper -1/-1. Nice little 2-for-1. Exactly what I was talking about when we were picking up those skullduggeries. Go ahead and just discard this island, since opponent's almost certainly going to raid out that Deadeye Tormentor, which they did. And another land for the turn. Alrighty. Well, get in for one, pass. This was what I was afraid of. Flooding out with this deck, even though I'm only running 16 lands. Not having something like a Cutlass really hurts. Ooh, they have a Conqueror's Galleon of their own, too. Alright, well, we would love to draw ours to enable us to start looting through lands and getting extra value. Yeah, but instead, sitting on lands. I did keep a 4-lander with 2 spells, of course, but not exactly how you want to go in your 16-land decks. Wishing I had a Pirate's Prize now. You got it. Kitesail Freebooter. Take a look at my land in hand. That gives them the 4th power needed to crew their Conqueror's Galleon if they want to do that. It's probably worth transforming this turn. I don't have too much in the way of a backswing. Oh, yeah, for sure it's worth it now. They have Inspiring Cleric as well. Put them back to 22. Alright, crew up the Galleon. We'll have a free block on it, but they do have that powerful Conqueror's foothold now. Sailor of Means. Alright. Well, that does give us a treasure to attack with our Desperate Castaways, so I guess that's something. Go ahead and attack in with the Desperate Castaways now. I'll trade it with the 1/2 flyer, as now that's going to let our freebooter start getting in. Just waiting for the opponent to play some fat bomb. That's not a fat bomb, although it does stop our freebooter from attacking. Water Trap Weaver. Doesn't do too much here. I guess I'll go ahead and just tap the Skyblade. Get in for a damage. Opponent's probably going to loot at end of turn. Opponent has a weird pirate vampire brew going on. Vanquish the weak. Alright, well, we will sacrifice our Ruthless Knave in response to get 2 treasures. Surprised they didn't Vanquish the Weak my freebooter to get their other Vanquish the Weak back. It's kind of weird. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, this is what's going to kill us this game. They just get so much raw card advantage now. They hit another land, they can start bringing back cards like Vanquish. As it stands, they can just draw cards for 4 mana. And I have nothing going on. I guess my best draw right now is Air Elemental. That would do some work. Yep, and it looks like they're just going to activate to draw a card. Another land for us. And we will just attack in for 1. Yeah, I guess we're just better off on defense for now. This is not going to be a very interesting game, it appears. Another Ruthless Knave. Play that pre-combat in case they have a removal spell. Oh, I guess I'm not attacking anymore. They have a 1/3 flyer. Duh. Yep, they're just going to get back their Vanquish the week. End of turn. Makes sense. Oh, this is a game where I wish I had Revel in Riches. Have the potential to get a ton of clues here, or ton of treasures here. What did they just do? Oh, whoops, no, I didn't realize they were using the other Vanquish in response. I should have definitely sacked one of my 3 of my treasures to draw an extra card. I couldn't tell the overlay was messed up. Whoops, so I should have drawn an extra card there. Oh well. Yeah, and I mean, trading's good for them. They have nothing but value right now. All right, Bloodletter. And the slow grind is real. Ooh, Mark of the Vampire on their Skyblade. All right. Their clock is increasing. Hostage Taker. Little late to the party there, but I guess that's the play. Take their Skyblade of the Legion and cast it. Oh, this game, though. Uh-oh, Grim Captain's Call. So they can get back a pirate and a vamp. Oh, no. They only have 2 vampires in their hand. Or in their graveyard, rather. So they only got back 1 creature. Wow, that wasn't even very good. That wasn't even very good. Alright, we've seen how many? 10 of our 16 lands now. So 6 lands left in the deck. 15 spells. Opponent's still winning this game because they have the Conqueror's Foothold. Alright, Bishop of the Bloodstain's not too bad. They get to ping me for 5, and actually now they can keep attacking their... Oh, that's not true. I was going to say they could kill their Bishop and get it back with Conqueror's Foothold, but that is not true at all. We drew one of our better cards. Deadeye Plunders here is going to be a 9/9. I do have quite a few treasures. It doesn't really do much versus their board, though, as they can keep chumping with the Paladin of the Bloodstained and then buying it back to get 1/1s. So it's actually actively bad for me to attack with Deadeye Plunders because they can actually block with the Bishop and then buy it back and just drain me out that way. As it stands, I'll be taking 1 damage in the air this turn. Oh, this game. Grindy, grindy, grindy for sure. Hey, there's my Conqueror's Galleon. That could do some work. Again, do not want to attack here with the Plunderers. So now I think they end of turn get their Vanquish the Week. Because if they get Vanquish the Week, then I can't crew it. As they'll be able to destroy it with the Vanquish. Oh, but they got back their Mark of the Vampire instead. Alright. I guess that makes sense. They get to mark up one of their flyers, bash me in for 4. Not sure why they didn't play that on the Bloodletter instead. Would have got in for more damage. Either way, things not looking great for us. Okay, let's... Oh, it costs a lot of mana to crew too. I think we have to though. Yeah, this is not even, like, we can crew. I need to transform the Conqueror's Galleon, but we're still just losing this game. Oh, well, they also had a Bright Reprisal. Alright, that'll be good enough. Go ahead and scoop it there. Yeah, this is just a grindy matchup, huh? This might actually be a position where I want the Windstrider too, the second Windstrider, and maybe even the Queen's Agent. These other cards don't seem too worth it. I'm definitely bringing in the second Windstrider. The Interlopers actually looked pretty bad. They had a lot of ways to gum up the ground and get multiple creatures. I think I'll take out both of the Direfleet Interlopers and bring in another Windstrider and a Queen's Agent. Yeah, that seems worth it to me. We'll ship this and hope we can win the games 2 and 3. Okay, here is game 2 of the first round. Blue-Black Pirates versus what appears to be White-Black Vampire Pirates. Unfortunately, going to have to mulligan this hand down. And I'll keep this one, but it's obviously not very good. We're going to need to hit some more mana sources here. Ideally, a swamp for our Deadeye Tracker. Tracker would have been amazing that game. Exile our opponent's cards that they get back with their Conqueror's Foothold. Lands are not bad. Ideally swamp, but lands aren't bad, even if it's just some islands. We want to play the Water Trap Weaver here, just in case I draw land into land. That way I can play Conqueror's Galleon and then a creature after that to immediately crew the Galleon. Or we can just not. This has been a large portion of my Ixalan experience, in all honesty. Either flood or screw. Alright, there is the land for us, though, and so we're going to go ahead and jam the Galleon and just pass the turn. Hopefully it's us this time that has the foothold early and is able to take advantage of it. I really don't want to trade yet. Again, I want to get this Conqueror's Foothold online, and so I'm going to go ahead and just take the damage. It's also why I didn't attack last turn. I didn't want them to block. Oh, well, there's theirs. Nice, and we hit another land. Perfect. So I get to... I'd really like to ambush their Skyblade, but they're almost certainly just going to use it to crew next turn, so I think it's better just to get our Galleon transformed right now while we have the chance, the opportunity, and they don't have the removal spell. Okay, well, we've drawn out of it. See what the opponent musters up this turn. Skymarch Bloodletter, okay. So they crew with Cleric and Bloodletter, hit me for 3. Next turn we get to play the Deadeye Tracker and hold up Conqueror's Foothold. Oh, they're not even going to activate their galleon. Interesting. Huh. So they're just going to go the aggro route. I will attack for... No, I don't actually want to attack. We want to sit back on our galleon and get card advantage that way. We're hoping they don't have a removal spell for my Windstrider. I wonder why they opted not to transform there. That's very surprising to me. Kite Sail Freebooter. Okay. Well, awkward that they get to know about my Skullduggery for the combat tricks, but so it goes. So it goes. There's the activation of the Conqueror's Galleon. They're going to transform theirs now. And we'll go ahead and just bounce off our Windstrider again. And end of turn, we will draw a card. Ooh, Run-aground's pretty good. With enough mana, you can kind of lock them out with Run-aground and Conqueror's Foothold. It's actually really silly. Play the Castaways and pass here. Opponent not even looting at the end of their turn. Interesting. Alright, they're going to main phase draw. And a Vicious Conquistador. Okay. We will do the same. End of turn draw. Ruthless Knave, not bad. We've been drawing pretty well here, where we're still able to cast spell and hold up Conqueror's Foothold to draw a card. Unfortunately for us, we have no offense currently, and if they find a way to kill my Windstrider, then we're pretty dead. Seeker Squire's good. Alright, reveal a Steadfast Armasaur, which they instantly put in their graveyard, sure. Gonna go ahead and keep drawing cards here. Water Trap Weaver is not awful. Well, they know I have one Skullduggery, but I think this is our opportunity to kind of get in for some damage. I'm going to weave their 2/2 flyer here. Attack with our 3/2 and our 2/2. Well, they're just going to take it, which is fine. They know I have the Skullduggery in hand. I don't think they know about the Run-aground yet. Opponent still has a million cards in their hand, though. But I need to start making moves. Looks like this is their opportunity to attack. Maybe? Oh, no, nothing. All right. We did see 2 Vanquish the week from the opponent. I can counter that by using Skullduggery here, which I think I will do. And now let's use the tracker and eat 2 of their cards. I'm going to leave that Air Elemental on top. Attack in like we did last time. Alright, they block like that. We will return Skullduggery. Give our dude +1, give their dude -1. Get in for 6. Eat their Seeker Squire. Although now my shields are down for the turn, so hopefully I don't get punished by being a little bit too aggressive here. Mark of the Vampire on the Sky March Bloodletter, that's fine. And attacking with the Vicious Conquistador, okay. I would imagine they want to attack with, no, maybe not. I'll take the hit for 4. Since we know we have the Runaground in our hand. Yeah, we still have good attacks with our 2 or 3 power ground creatures, so let's do that for starters. I'm going to take the hit. We get to play our Air Elemental and hold up Runaground still. Opponent has 6 cards in their hand. What are they doing? Just to note, I can actually start doing the Runaground Conqueror's Foothold indefinitely now. I have enough mana. Kind of funny. Alright, so let's block with the Air Elemental first and see if they pass priority or if they try to go for a trick. If they don't, I will still run aground. But this way I kind of can bait out some tricks if they have one. The Mark of the Vampire is going to go to the graveyard too. Ah, they're going to Costly Bloodletter their creature in response. That's actually fine for me. Sure. I am A-okay with that. I think we probably just kill the opponent next turn. We'll see though. Blight Keeper. Okay, that's not too scary. They are holding up their 5 mana exile a creature, or get rid of a creature though. Oh, Siren's Ruse is a perfect play against that one. So let's put that on top. Draw it. And how do I want to play this? If I am under the assumption that they have the destroy target attacking creature, I still think we want to bash in with almost everybody here. Attack, 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 attack. We can ruse on our Water Trap Weavers to tap them down, draw a card. Okay, there's that. So if they make this play, yeah, we'll just ruse our flyer. Let them go to blocks. This is going to give back our Skullduggery from the freebooter if they do this. They're taking 4 here. We'll let this resolve. And now I can Conqueror's Foothold back. I mean, Run Aground, Siren's Ruse, Skullduggery, so should be in really nice shape. What a match this has been. Paladin of the Bloodstains, A-OK. Oh, Bishop of the Bloodstain. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be 6 vampires. So in response, let's get our Skullduggery. actually only need to kill one of their dudes here, don't I? +1, minus. I'm going to take 5, go to 1, and then we kill him next turn. Oh, wait! They have the Vicious Conquistador. I punted! Oh no! I needed to double Skullduggery their Vicious Conquistador. I totally messed up. Oh no! Well, that's on me. Oh man, I had that game, right? I had that game. What am I doing? I just double Duggery their Conquistador. And then we win. Wow, I did not even think about that. That was well played. Well played by the opponent and terribly played by me. Because I had the other Duggery, I just killed their Conquistador with both the Duggeries. And yeah, we don't lose. I don't know why I didn't even think about that. I guess it's not that obvious, but wow, what a way to end it. Oh man, I'm not even mad. I think that was a really interesting game. We had it locked up with the Conqueror's Foothold, and then I threw the game. So interesting match. This is single elimination again, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this look. I think the draft was interesting. We didn't really get the payoff card like the Pirate's Cutlass that we were looking for. And if anything, this just goes to show you the power of Conqueror's Foothold, because both of the players had it. Opponent had it in game 1 and wrecked me with it because they had it early. Game 2, I had it first, and I should have been firmly in control, but yeah, just made a misplay and it cost me. So wow, really good, interesting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this look at Ixalan here for MTGO traders and Numot the Nummy, but we're definitely going to do some more Ixalan stuff. That was one of the better games I've played of this format. Hopefully you guys learned something. Take it easy.